Pre-planning the rig move is the responsibility of the rig supervisor. Before any job task is performed, the supervisor must complete a job safety analysis, or JSA, to identify the potential safety and health hazards existing during the various stages of the job. The JSA is also known as a Job Hazard Analysis, or JHA. Each stage of the job needs to be documented step by step. Follow these procedures for completing a JSA. 1. Review the JSA and make sure that the scope is clearly defined and understood. 2. Sequentially list each job task. 3. Observe the job site to identify and list the potential hazards associated with each job task. 4. Identify the risk associated with each hazard. 5. Recommend the actions or procedures needed to control each hazard. 6. Identify the equipment, resources, and PPE required for the job task. 7. Identify and complete the required permits for the job or task. It is the responsibility of the supervisor to hold a meeting with all personnel and crew to review all tasks and hazards listed on the JSA before work can begin. If any changes are made to the JSA, it is the responsibility of the supervisor to notify the crew and all other personnel of the new hazards or job tasks. Moving in the rig is the responsibility of the rig operator. A meet and greet must be given to any and all personnel that will be occupying the location while operations are being performed. It is the responsibility of the supervisor or the supervisor's designee to administer the meet and greet. If any person walks onto the location, they must be given a meet and greet. The visitor will then be briefed on the JSA and signed in on all safety sheets and JSAs. All hazards and operations must be clearly listed. It is required by OWS policy and procedures to have every visitor, operator, contractor, etc. be briefed on the JSA and signed in on all safety sheets and JSAs. Always lock out and tag out the electrical box. You must sign and date the tag. Cal OSHA Regulation 6631 states that equipment shall be blocked and/or locked out of service to protect employees from injury during maintenance or repair operation. The employee who signs out the tag is the only person who can unlock it and remove the tag. Use tag out on the unit brake. First, set the unit on the downstroke and secure the polish rod as needed. Then set the brake. Use a safety chain on the unit or use the turnbuckle on the counterweights left in the up position. Now that you have the pumping unit locked out, test to see if the pumping unit will start up. Each lock has a color designation. The blue lock is to be used by the welder. The green lock is to be used by personnel in the field. The orange lock is to be used by mechanics. And the red lock is to be used by the safety department. Always use adequate slings and traveling blocks when installing or removing BoPE. Also, place the TIW or safety valve in the tubing. Place all the bolts in the BoPE and flanges and never pick it up by the eyes on the top. These threads may be worn and pulled out. Never lay the annular preventer on its side during transportation. This will cause damage to the inner seals. Check the fluid in the accumulator daily. Test the BoPE daily and log all the BoPE tests and drills on the tower sheet. Have a TIW valve or safety valve on the work floor when tripping pipe. Control handles on the accumulator should be clearly marked and kept in the open or closed position, not in neutral. Set the accumulator a safe distance from the well, but in a location where it is readily accessible as stated in Cal OSHA Regulation 6691.1. Bleed down the well before unlanding the donut and check the ID of the BoPE for clearance of donut and tools. A 1-inch valve should be installed on the closed side of the BoPE. Never enter the cellar until the tool pusher has determined that it is safe. As a general rule, if the BoPE does not meet the company standard, do not use. Always hold a safety meeting prior to acidizing and read the MSDS sheets on chemicals and acids. Have an emergency eye wash and shower on location and check with the acid company on treating someone who has spilled acid on themselves. Safety goggle face shields and acid suits are required to be used. When pumping acid, first clear the floor. Pressure test all lines prior to starting the job. Never use old caustic soda cans or other old cans if you cannot identify the contents. This includes wash buckets. Never add water to a caustic soda. Always add caustic slowly to the water. If there is any spilled acid, have the acid company neutralize it immediately. Make sure you have properly displaced all acid from the tubing before pulling pipe. Employees can only work under vehicles if there are protective blocks used to hold up the machine or tool truck. Do not work under any vehicle if it is supported by jacks or chain hoists. Job sites must be surveyed each day to review safe work conditions, and any unsafe condition must be reported in writing to the rig supervisor. Anyone known to be under the influence of either drugs or alcohol will not be allowed on the job. Horseplay or fighting is prohibited. All injuries must be reported to the rig supervisor immediately. Do not use gasoline for cleaning purposes. You must know the location of all emergency equipment such as fire extinguishers, first aid kits, kill switches, and emergency procedures. You must be trained on equipment before you operate it. Always have an escape route from your area. Do not work at night without rig lighting. Remember, safety is your responsibility and starts with you. Safety is for your benefit and is a condition of employment.